sound. The sound of Astara El. Sabriel and Touchstone both stopped, almost in mid-stride. They felt a terrible urge to leave their bodies, to shuck them off as so much worn-out baggage. Their spirits, their essential selves wanted to go into death and plunge joyfully into the strongest current, to be carried to the very end. "Think of life!" screamed Sabriel, her voice only just audible through the pure note. She could feel Touchstone dying, his will insufficient to hold him in life. He seemed almost to expect this sudden summons into death. "Fight it!" she screamed again, dropping her sword to slap him across the face. "Live!" Still, he slipped away. Desperate, she grabbed him by the ears and kissed him savagely, biting his lip, the salty blood filling both of their mouths. His eyes cleared, and she felt him concentrate again. Concentrate on life, on living. His sword fell, and she brought his arms up around her and declared them. Then he put his head on her shoulder, and she on his, and they held each other tightly till the single note of Astara El slowly died. Silence came at last. Gingerly, they let each other go. Touchstone shakily groped around for his sword, but Sabriel didn't catch before he could cut his fingers in the dark. They looked at each other in the flickering light. Sabriel's eyes were wet, Touchstone's mouth bloody. "What was that?" Touchstone asked, huskily. "Astara." The final bell. It calls everyone who hears it into death. "Carry on." "He'll come back," whispered Sabriel. "He'll always come back, till his real body's destroyed." "Your father?" Touchstone mumbled. "Mogget?" "Dad's dead," said Sabriel. Her face was composed, but her eyes overflowed into tears. "He'll go quickly beyond the final gate." "Mogget? I don't know." She fingered the silver ring on her hand, frowned, and bent to pick up the sword she'd taken from Touchstone. "Come on," she ordered. "We have to get up to the West Yard. Quickly." "The West Yard?" asked Touchstone, retrieving his own sword. He was confused and sick, but he forced himself up. "Of the palace?" "Yes," replied Sabriel. "Let's go." Chapter 24. The sunshine was harsh to their eyes, for it was surprisingly only a little past noon. They stumbled out onto the marble steps of the cave, blinking like nocturnal animals prematurely plucked out of an underground warren. Sabriel looked around at the quiet, sunlit trees, the placid expanse of grass, the clogged fountain. Everything seemed so normal, so far removed from the crazed and twisted chamber of horrors that was the reservoir, deep beneath their feet. She looked at the sky, too, losing focus in the blue, retreating lines of clouds just edging about the fuzzy periphery of her vision. "My father is dead," she thought. "Gone forever." "The road winds around the southwestern part of Palace Hill," a voice said, somewhere near, beyond the blueness. "What?" "The road. Up to the West Yard." It was Touchstone talking. Sabriel closed her eyes, told herself to concentrate, to get a grip on the here and now. She opened her eyes and looked at Touchstone. And then, face blood-streaked from his bleeding lip, hair wet, plastered flat, armor and clothes darkly sodden. Water dripped down the sword he still held out, angled to the ground. "You didn't tell me you were a prince," Sabriel said. "You might be commenting on the weather." Her voice sounded strange in her own ears, but she didn't have the energy to do anything about it. "I'm not," he replied, shrugging. He looked up at the sky while he spoke. "The Queen was my mother, but my father was an obscure northern noble who took up with her a few years after her consort's death. He was killed in a hunting accident before I was born. Look, shouldn't we be going to the West Yard? I suppose so, Sabriel said dully. Father said there will be a paper wing waiting for us there, and Claire to tell us where to go. I see. He came closer and peered at Sabriel's vacant eyes, then took her unresisting and oddly floppy arm and steered her towards the line of the path to the western end of the path. Sabriel walked obediently, increasing her pace as Touchstone sped up, till they were practically jogging. Touchstone was pushing on her arm with many backward glances. Sabriel